And this is why we're having this conversation today, because maybe it can save someone's life. The 50% of people in multiple studies have found that the first detected symptom of a heart attack is the heart attack itself, which is crazy. And given that 90% of out of hospital events have a 90% mortality rate, what symptoms should we be looking for and not ignoring?
They just feel like they're more winded. They feel like a tightness of pressure, something radiating their chest, their jaw. And especially if it goes away with rest. So then you kind of sit down for a few minutes, it goes away. But if it's out of proportion to what you normally have, if all of a sudden that's starting to develop and you're having to take a break where you normally don't have to, or anytime the weather's hot, your heart beats faster, you're feeling more short of breath than you normally would. Those could all be potentially symptoms. Sometimes I've had patients that their symptoms are heartburn. They feel like it's an acid reflux, but maybe it comes only on with exertion. So, it's more like when they're doing something, they're walking on the treadmill, mowing the lawn, walking upstairs, they just feel like heartburn, like they need to take a Tums or something, and they don't really feel like necessarily shortness of breath. Those can be symptoms. And so those can be maybe more atypical symptoms. And sometimes women have to be really careful with that too. Sometimes women don't always get the classic symptoms that men get. And as women are aging as a population, we're seeing more and more heart disease become prevalent in females.
I actually had another patient who was on vacation in Florida for 3 weeks and was having increasing shortness of breath while she was there, and she assumed it was the humidity. So it's easy to just assume it's something else. And
Mhm.
unfortunately did not go away when she got back home, and we sent her immediately to the hospital when she let us know. And she
Right.
ended up having bypass surgery, 3 vessel immediately. That she waited, and very well could have been, if she pushed herself on that beach, she could have very well had one of those. She could have been
Mhm.
365,000 people statistic of people who die from a 90% mortality rate of having an out of hospital cardiac arrest like Hulk Hogan may have had. So just to reiterate symptoms, chest pain and also pain radiating into the jaw or left arm. Also some shortness of breath, especially the chest pain and shortness of breath worse when you are exerting yourself or exercising.